What's up, everyone? It's time once again for a weekly watch list. What this is, the exact levels / zones I'm watching for the upcoming week, and how I'm going to trade them. So let's get right into this. I want to start this weekly watch list by saying this is a short week. I tend to trade half size on short weeks. They're harder to trade, in my opinion. Also, if you trade options or futures, you're in the right place. I'll explain it as we go. We're going to start off with ticker SPY here. You can trade options or you can trade ES futures based off these levels. I have 3 zones on watch this week. You can see this is the current supply zone I'm watching. Yes, we could watch for a possible reject here for shorts or puts, but ideally in this zone we break above, come back down, retest this area for a long entry, okay, or for calls. Could go either way. Here is a possible demand area. As always, we're not looking to enter trades inside this zone. We're waiting for it to come back up out of this and confirm for entry for longs or calls, okay? You can see I have a zone up here. Could possibly reject, yes, but basically the same thing I'm watching here. Ideally, we break above it, come back down, retest. That's what I'm looking for this week on SPY. And stick around. I have NQ and ES charted for you all. I'm going to get through SPY, SPX, and QQQ first. Then we'll talk about that. Here are my updated SPX levels. I'm going to be honest with you. We're kind of getting in this area, moving around a lot in this area you see here on my screen. The levels are not as clear, and I will not chart a level unless it's clear. If I have to strain my eyes or try to convince myself it's there, I'm not charting it. But here's my updated levels. I do have a video on trading SPX. You can take trades based off these levels, but I always tell people, you don't want to be going long on SPY or buying calls, going long on ES or buying calls on SPY. If you're right below resistance on SPX, chances are, even if it does go your favor, it's going to hit, reject, stop you out, then continue on. Just know where you're at. Same thing with support. You don't want to be going short right above SPX support, especially if you're trading ES SPY. Up next, QQQ. As you can see here, I have 2 zones on QQQ. Basically the same formation on most things we're going to look at today. Kind of made that big move down, created demand here, and a nice big push up, sharp pullback, creating some supply here. Like I said, same thing we talked about on SPY. Yes, we could reject this if it confirms, but I expect we break through, pull back, retest for that long entry for calls on QQQ, or you can trade NQ futures based off these levels. Possible bounce down here around this 506.6 to 505.4 area is on watch. I had someone mention, real quick, I want to cover this. Had someone mention during my live, like your zones are too big to trade, and that's not true because I don't chart zones that are untradeable for the most part, unless I'm showing you all like a higher time frame level, like daily, weekly. Typically, when I create my hourly levels, the same thing with Grizzology, my indicator, right? It's designed so it doesn't create zones too big to trade. I'm very picky when entering a trade because if you have a massive zone you're trying to day trade, you're waiting for it to come back out of it. A lot of times your risk reward isn't there. So keep that in mind. Here are my NQ futures levels. Basically the same looking formation we've seen on SPY and QQQ. Watching this for a possible bounce and this for a possible reject unless we break above it. Pull back, retest. We'll look for that long entry. Pretty straightforward this week. Don't think there should be any confusion on what we're watching. Also, before I go over this ES level, I think it's time I made an updated futures trading video for you all. So if that's something you would like to see in the near future, let me know in the comments. I'm thinking about what you think about this, like how to day trade futures in 2025, something like that. Probably not going to go into like teaching supply and demand, but showing my strategies, like what I look for, how I plan on trading, how I plan on managing my trades, stop loss, profits, and things I stay away from. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. And same thing here on ES. You're probably getting tired of seeing the same candle pattern here, but this is the setups we have. Basically watching this high and low, my 2 closest setups for the upcoming week. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you all make a bag this week. Remember, lighter size is Christmas. So, you don't want to go into the holiday stress because you took a dumb losing trade. Let's do this the right way. If we don't get a setup, if we're not inside these key zones or at these key levels, we simply do not trade. unless, Grizzology is trying to tell us trend entry, here, and it matches your system. So either trend entry or supply and demand is the way to go for me. Appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.